Hey, Renee, hurry up, we're late.
Late? The way you drive, we've got plenty of time.
Yeah, I might drive a little fast, but I'm always in control.
That's debatable. So what's up?
Oh, Coach Lyndhurst told me to be on time to class so he can talk to me about tonight's game while he shows a driver's ed video.
If it's about the game, why doesn't he just talk to you about it after school, during practice?
Well, he did to the rest of the team, but I was late, so I missed it.
That figures.
So what kind of video do we get to see in our driver's ed class?
Oh, I don't know. It's probably one of those gory ones with all the body parts in the road.
Ooh. All right. You know they got rules on who gets killed in those videos?
Rules? What do you mean?
It's always the overconfident teens. The ones who act like nothing's gonna happen to them. They're the ones who get swiped out in a wreck.
Oh, you mean like the ones who don't wear their seat belts?
Yeah, and the ones who don't pay attention to the road. They always get preoccupied.
Jack, would you watch where you're going?
Sure.
And there's usually some life-threatening hazard waiting for them down the road.
Jack, please, watch the road.
Sure. Oh, shoot, there's a train.
Of course, the main rule is that someone makes a really dumb decision right before the accident.
If we have to wait for this train, we're really gonna be late.
Jack, I can't believe what you're doing.
Relax, it's under control.
Good morning. I stopped you because you were exceeding the speed limit. I paced you at 52 miles an hour.
Sorry, we're running a little late for school.
The speed limit here is 35 miles an hour. I'll need to see your driver's license, your vehicle registration, and your proof of insurance, please.
Okay, everybody, find your seats. We need to get moving. We have a video to watch from the DMV today. Does everybody see this? All right, Ray, sit down, please. Thank you. Has anyone seen Jack this morning? No? All right. If you would like to pass your DMV written test the very first time, this will be a good review for you.
California citizens enjoy many basic rights: life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. Driving, however, is not one of them. Driving is a privilege that comes with requirements and responsibilities. You need a license to drive on any public highway or in parking lots open to the public. There are 4 types of licenses. Class A and Class B licenses are for different types of commercial vehicles. A Class C license is for passenger vehicles, and Class M licenses are for motorcycles. The type of license you have also determines what types and size vehicles you can tow. The Department of Motor Vehicles regulates the driving privilege in order to promote traffic safety. The first step to becoming a licensed driver is to obtain a driving permit.
And what are you ladies here for today?
Well, my daughter Renee has a 2:30 appointment for a drive test.
And did you have your permit?
Yeah.
What you do is take that to window 12 where they'll check you in for your drive test.
Okay.
And I'm here for my permit.
Did you also have an appointment?
I didn't know we needed one for her.
It would be faster, but you don't need one. We can go ahead and take care of her today. Do you have your paperwork?
Mm-hmm.
Be sure to have both parents sign the application. You must also present a document such as a birth certificate that verifies your birth date and that you are legally present in the United States. If you're under 17 and a half, you must meet additional requirements for driver education and driver training. Check the driver handbook for specific requirements.
You have everything filled out and signed. Good. All I need is a check, cash, or money order for the application fee, please.
The application fee pays for both your permit and your license. You have up to 12 months to complete these from the time that you pay this fee. If you don't obtain a license within this time period, you will need to start the application process over again.
Here's your receipt.
Thank you.
Okay, step over here and we'll take your picture.
Picture? You mean now?
Yes.
My hair looks awful.
Oh, you're always saying that. Here. You look fine. Let's go.
Okay.
Your signature, thumbprint, and photo are all recorded electronically. Now, afterwards, you'll receive a receipt with your picture on it. Be sure to hang on to this. You'll need to keep it until you get your license.
Okay, can you see the vision chart behind me?
Yes.
After a short eye exam, you'll be tested on your knowledge of traffic laws and road signs.
You missed 4 questions. Congratulations, that means you passed.
All right.
Let me print your permit. While you're waiting, I'll give you this.
Thank you.
This is information that you need to read over before you come back for the behind-the-wheel test.
Okay.
And for you, here's some information that will help you teach your daughter how to drive.
The permit that you receive is not valid until you start behind-the-wheel driver training. Carry your permit with you whenever you drive, and be sure you're accompanied by a parent, guardian, or licensed driver 25 years or older. Keep track of your time behind the wheel. Before you can apply for your license, you'll need 50 hours of supervised practice. 10 of those hours must be at night. Also, you must have your permit a minimum of 6 months before you can take the driving test.
Yes, at 2:30.
Okay. Okay, your permit is signed, and you have your photo receipt, proof of insurance, and your registration. Looks like you're all set.
You're eligible to take the behind-the-wheel drive test when you turn 16. Before going out on the test, you'll need to verify that you meet certain legal requirements. You must show proof of insurance, and your vehicle registration must be current.
And before we go on your drive test, let me have you get into the car, turn the ignition on, but don't start the engine, okay?
Okay.
Now, if you're under 18, you must also meet these additional requirements. Your vehicle must be safe to drive. The examiner will check to see that the safety features, such as turn signals and brake lights, are in good working condition. You should also be familiar with the controls of your car.
Didn't I do your hand signals?
Yes.
Great. Demonstrate them, please.
Left, right, stop.
Good. All right. Set your parking brake and then release it, please. Perfect. Press your foot on the brake and release. Okay, honk your horn. Great, thank you.
If there are any safety problems, you'll have to make an appointment to come back another time to take the test. Now, to save yourself from making a return trip to the DMV, it's best to check out these safety items in advance before coming in.
Now, I'm going to give you directions on where to drive. I won't trick you or ask you to do anything illegal, okay? Turn the engine on, and we'll go ahead and pull out to the right.
The examiner will evaluate how well you drive. One of the most important aspects of driving is how you visually search to see what's going on around you. Do you check for pedestrians and other cars before pulling out into traffic?
Change to the left lane, please.
How do you check to see if it's safe to make a lane change? Where do you look when going through an intersection? The examiner will also evaluate how well you operate the car. Can you start and stop the car smoothly?
At the intersection, turn left.
Can you make turns without turning too wide or too sharp? How you obey traffic signals and road signs also determines your test score. Do you know where to stop? And do you come to a complete stop? Who has the right-of-way at a stop sign? What's the maximum speed limit when driving through a residential area, a business district, or a blind intersection? There's a lot to know. Lastly, the examiner will observe the kind of judgment you use. Do you keep a safe distance from the car in front of you? Do you adjust your speed for the conditions around you, such as visibility, pedestrians, and other traffic?
Have you enter the parking lot? Make a right.
At the end of the test, the examiner will give you your score sheet and go over the results with you. And whether you pass or fail, it's important to find out what areas you need to work on.
Okay, Renee, I've observed a few things. When you're changing lanes, you look in your mirror, which is good. However, also look over your shoulder to verify it's a safe lane change. Okay. All in all, it was a satisfactory drive and you passed.
I passed?
Yes, you passed.
All right.
Okay, let's go inside.
If you are under 18, you'll be issued a provisional license. This means there are provisions that you must obey in order to keep your license. For the first 12 months, you must be accompanied by a licensed driver 25 years of age or older when you have passengers under the age of 20 riding with you, or when you drive between the hours of 11 p.m. and 5 a.m.
Here's the music.
With a provisional license, any combination of 3 traffic citations or at-fault accidents in a 12-month period will result in a 6-month suspension of your driving privilege, and you'll be placed on probation for 1 year. Now, you're also subject to the zero tolerance law. Zero tolerance means you cannot drive with any measurable amount of alcohol in your system. Now, whether you have a provisional or an adult license, driving comes with responsibilities. All drivers must have automobile insurance or some way to pay for damages that result from an accident. The law also requires that you notify DMV if you are in an accident where there is an injury, death, or more than a certain amount of damage to any one person's property.
Okay, any questions about the video?
Yeah. How come we get all these extra restrictions on our licenses? Doesn't anybody trust us?
No, that's a good question. It's more a matter of statistics than trust. People in your age group get in more accidents than any other age group. So the people who write the laws respond to that by creating more restrictions. They're just trying to keep you from becoming a statistic.
Hey, I don't get this. It says, in return for the privilege of driving, I promise to do my homework every night and to take out the garbage without being reminded.
Keep my room neat and clean at all times, never argue or fight with my brothers and sisters.
And there's a place here for me and my parents to sign. What's going on?
Okay. You remember in the video where your parents signed for you to get your license? Okay, that means they take responsibility for any damage you do while driving. And that also means that they have the right to take that license away from you at any time just by notifying the DMV.
So keeping on our parents' good side is another one of those provisions?
That's the idea. Well, some late arrivals.
Sorry, we had a little problem on the way in.
Jack got a ticket.
Really? My student assistant got a ticket on his way to driver's ed class.
It's no big deal, just a speeding ticket. Did you still want to talk to me about the game?
Well, let's find out if you're even going to make it to the game. Can we talk about your ticket?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, since you're under the age of 18, you'll have to appear in court with one of your parents. And unless you decide to contest the ticket, you'll have to pay a fee, and it will go on your driving record. The DMV will send you a warning letter, and your insurance rates may shoot up.
Wow, all that for one little ticket? Mm-hmm. What would happen if someone had more than one ticket?
Are we talking about someone in particular?
Well, I got pulled over last week for not stopping all the way at a stop sign.
Jack, okay. In addition to paying another fine, your insurance rates are going to shoot way up, and the DMV is going to restrict your license to permit status for 30 days.
Permit status? You mean I would have to have one of my parents with me in order to drive?
Exactly, or another licensed driver over the age of 25.
What am I going to do about baseball practice? If I can't drive by myself, I can't stay late for practice.
Oh, well, I guess it's time for me to look for another starting pitcher.
Ooh, Jack's baseball days are numbered.
That's okay. You can use extra time to get a job to pay off those tickets.
Yeah, if he can find a job he can ride his bike to.
Hey, knock it off. Coach, what can I do?
Well, there is traffic school. It'll keep one ticket off your record, and it should keep you on the road, but you can only do that once every 18 months.
Great. Where do I sign up?
Well, you're under the age of 18, so the court will have to decide whether or not you can even attend. All right, so we got a test Friday. Are there any questions?
Today is an arraignment. I'm going to read the charges and ask if they are true. On March 3rd, you were cited for violation of Vehicle Code, Section 22450, failure to come to a complete stop at a stop sign. Are you admitting or denying this charge?
I admit it.
Can you tell me what happened?
Well, I was on my way home from school. I thought I stopped, but the officer said I didn't stop all the way.
You seem a little unsure of what happened. Do you know where the officer was when he saw you?
Not really. He was behind me when I went through the intersection, but I didn't notice him before.
You're not sure if you stopped, and you don't know where the officer was. It sounds like you were not really paying attention.
Yeah, I guess not.
On March 10th, you received a second citation for violating Section 22348 of the Vehicle Code, driving over the posted speed limit. You were also cited for not wearing a seatbelt. Are you admitting or denying these charges?
I admit it. I was running late for school. I was supposed to meet with my baseball coach before class.
And you were not wearing a seatbelt?
No. I was worrying about school. I forgot.
You seem to have a lack of attention in both these situations. This indicates to me you don't realize the potential danger in driving. You're lucky to only have been ticketed instead of getting in an accident. You could have more serious consequences. Under these circumstances, I'm inclined to disallow the traffic school option. The seatbelt citation is not a point count. The two other violations will go on your DMV records. Do you have anything to say?
I'm on the baseball team, and it really means a lot to me. I have baseball practice every day after school, and the only way I can get there is to drive. There's nobody who I can ride with.
You know, traffic safety is more important than your need to play baseball. However, you've indicated a need for a license for a legitimate purpose, so I'll allow the traffic school option on the first violation. It won't appear on your DMV record. I am going to impose a court restriction. You'll be limited to driving only to and from school or school activities for the next 30 days.
So I can still drive?
Yes, as long as it's to and from school or baseball practice. Now, the fine and penalty for the first violation is $103. If you elect traffic school, there is another $25 administrative fee. Do you wish to pay the fine and attend traffic school?
Yes, I do.
On your second citation, you're not eligible for traffic school. The fine and penalty for the second violation is $145.
When you drink or do drugs, your sense of judgment is the first thing to go. This means your ability to react to the speed or distance of the other cars around you is impaired. If you're a new driver, this effect happens a lot faster. That's why the zero tolerance law is stricter for younger drivers. If you're under 21 and a peace officer believes that you've been drinking, he'll have you take a preliminary test. If you refuse the test, or if you have any detectable level of blood alcohol content, DMV will suspend your driving privilege for 1 year. The suspension for .01 is an administrative action. If your blood alcohol content is higher, you will be subject to a criminal action. This means you may spend time in jail and pay a fine in addition to losing your license. If you're under 21 and have a DUI conviction on your record, lots of luck in trying to get insurance. And you'll need to show proof of insurance before DMV reinstates your license. The law is similar for drugs. Anything that puts you under the influence makes it illegal to drive. And this isn't limited to illegal drugs. Prescription or even over-the-counter drugs can affect your driving, especially when you combine medications or use them with alcohol. If you're under 21, any drug or alcohol conviction will cause your driving privilege to be suspended for 1 year, even if you're not driving when the offense occurs. There are several other offenses like this that are not driving related but result in a 1-year license suspension. These involve firearms, truancy, and vandalism.
Shoot, I'm late again. If I don't make it to the game on time, the coach is really going to be mad. He might not even let me play. I could really make up for some lost time here. If it wasn't for all those tickets, it seems like everyone in the world can take away my license. The court, DMV, even my dad. I still can't believe what he did with my stereo.
At least you've got a license and a car. And now you can enjoy all the wonderful natural sounds around you as you drive.
Yeah, I know. Like I'm gonna enjoy the natural sounds of my coach yelling at me when I show up late to the baseball game.
Of course I'm going to give you a bad time if you're late. I'm supposed to. But there's a lot of games left this season. You lose your license and have to drop off the team. You wait to see what I do to you then.
Don't worry, Coach. I'm paying attention. There isn't a cop in sight. It's under control.
Now, where have I heard that before? Wasn't it right before that little train incident? You remember, the one that made me refuse to ever ride with you again?
Yeah, I know. I'll be more careful. I'm only gonna push it just a little bit. I won't get stopped for this.
Gosh, Jack, look at this. The picture on your license is fading away.
How'd you get that?
I can barely make it out. What do you think this means?
Okay. I get the picture. It's time to play it safe.
Get out there.
If you want more information about this program, pick up a California Driver Handbook at your local DMV. Or check out DMV's website on the internet. There's some really cool stuff there.